Gareth Southgate has announced his provisional squad for Euro 2020, and there are certainly some interesting names. Ben White in, Ben Godfrey in, Trent Alexander-Arnold in, no Danny Ings, no Eric Dyer. Some interesting names indeed that have been announced, that have been published, that have been put into this squad. We're here with you now to go through this in more detail. Now. So we're here for the foreseeable. Hit that like and that share button. We're going to take your calls. We're going to get your views. We're going to get your opinions on this breaking news this afternoon. The England squad is out. We're going to go through it in intricate detail. Make sure like buttons are being hit. Make sure share buttons are being hit and all that jazz. Subscribe to the Football Terrace as well, people. Really intrigued to know what you all think, what you all feel in relation to that. We're here to give a live reaction to this as it stands. Let me just update. I've got to update a few things here because I was still in a meeting with my partners at Snack, and we've got some amazing things on the way for you. I actually can't wait to tell everybody about it, if I'm being absolutely honest. We're going to share the link very soon for you all to come on, have your say, and to get involved as well. We're going to be getting that done right about now. Bear with me 1 second because I've just got to send an email at the same time. Get your thoughts in. What are we seeing here? What are these live comments here saying? Trippier over AWB. Listen, we're going to go through it in a little bit more detail now in relation to this squad, but it's an interesting one to say the least. I don't think there are quite a few names in there that I don't think anybody's overtly shocked about, if that makes sense. But Trent, we know it's provisional. We know that it's provisional. It could. I think people said no AWB. Did anybody expect AWB to be in the squad? He's not been involved at all under Gareth Southgate, so I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I'm not. There's nothing about that is an issue for me, if I'm being honest. In the sense of it's what I expected. I didn't expect to see AWB in this squad, so I'm not shocked. I'm not worried. I'm not kind of concerned at all, because it's what I expected. I don't think none of you can seriously tell me you thought that Trent was going to be, that AWB was going to be in this squad. Let's go through it in a bit more detail here. That's not opening up for me. Dean Henderson's in the squad. We've got Sam Johnson in the squad as well. Do you know what I'll do? It's probably easier is I'll get a little picture up on the screen, actually. This makes it a bit easier here. It's not a very clear picture, is it? I'm trying to find the clearest picture I can. Let me go to the official FA, website, and we'll get this up so I can get a better quality picture. Apologies here. Sorry, people. I'm doing this while I'm live on the air. I've got David, and we're going to get KJ on very, very soon as well. Is Pope injured? No Nick Pope as well. This is very true. Noz thinks it's a very decent, very, very decent squad. How is Ings not in the squad? Listen, I understand people are already frustrated and concerned about this. There's no doubt about it. He selects, remember, it's a 33-man provisional squad. So a lot of people are not going to be in this. I do think what's worrying for me, though, is how can Danny Ings not be in a 33-man squad? How can AWB not be in a 33-man squad? That's the one thing that I find. It does show a lot of players how far down the pecking order you are. And being funny, that's really not a I'm going to remove that. That's really not a close-up picture in terms of the squad. But we'll go for it. Jude Bellingham's in, which we expected. I mean, we knew Connor Cody would be in it. Look, Ben White won't go. There's no doubt, unless there's injuries. Ben Godfrey, in my opinion, won't go without there being injuries. Jack Grealish is, of course, in there. No Maddison in that team as well. Ollie Watkins has been included. Saka has been included. Phil Foden's there. Mason Greenwood, of course, included in that as well. But it's going to be so interesting to see who gets cut, and that's what I want to hear from you all on. Who do you think is going to be cut from this? Now, this is better, actually. That's a better picture. You can see that all a lot clearer on the screen there. But as we can see, who's getting cut is going to be the big question that we're going to pose to you all this afternoon in relation to this. That's what we want to know from you all. Ben White, Connor Cody, and Godfrey over Tomori is what CFC has had to say. Yeah, there's a lot of people that find that shocking, and I understand exactly why you would think that. There's no doubt. I'm going to bring David in. And I'm going to bring KJ in just a few short moments to the stream to have their say. Make sure you're hitting that like and that share button for us, people. It means a great deal to us that that's done. Henderson, should Henderson be going with the injury concerns? So many questions here to ask, so many things to kind of discuss and go through. Trippier getting dropped along with Saka is what JR believes. We did have another super chat that I missed. He says, such a talented group of players. Gareth, minimum, should make the semi-finals. He's talented, but there's serious players that have been left out. No James Maddison. No AWB. No Danny Ings. Interesting to say the least. Kevin here says, how is Ben Hart here? Embarrassing. A lot of people are saying, oh, Pope is injured. That's why Pope's not included. I wasn't too sure in relation. The goalkeepers, I think, is what everybody expected. Defense, I just think it's disrespectful for AWB. Unless it's been announced today that AWB has chosen to play for the Congo, then I don't understand how he can't be in a 33-man squad. 23-man call. 33 has to be included. But who's the biggest shocks, inclusions? Who are the biggest shock names that have been left out? And we're going to discuss and decipher and look at who we think is actually going to go to Euro 2020. Keep those super chats coming in. We'll open up the lines very soon for you to call in and have your say. But we're going to be bringing in KJ's here with us now. David's here as well. KJ, what's your thoughts on this 33-man squad?
It has to be Southgate to do the only coach to do a 33 provisional squad. It had to be Southgate. It had to be Southgate. I'm in two minds in this whole thing as a whole. A part of me is just like, you weak guy, bruv. Like, have some balls, have some chess, and pick the team you want. You know what I'm saying? Just pick it and move on. No other country has done this. No other nation has done this, bar England. Southgate, fix up, man. Pick your man, them. But on the second, and then my other train of thought is, right, if we all call him incompetent, yeah, we all call him trash, we all call him rubbish, he needs all the time he can get to pick the right team. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needs all the time he can get to help himself make the right decisions. But some of the names, Aaron Ramsdale in the provisional squad. No concert, no Tomori, no AWB. What? No Danny Ings. What is going on, man? If you got no Bamford, if you're gonna have a provisional squad, at least pick the best players. At least pick the best players to pick from. What is this, man? What is this? I'm not saying that some of the players ain't good in the team, in the provisional, but what? You're not even picking the best 33 players in England. It just makes no sense, doesn't it? It just makes no sense.
No, listen, I totally understand where you're coming from. David, what's your thoughts on it, mate? No Tomori, is that a shock?
Not really. Man's played half a season and it's not been in England. So no one's really been talking about Tomori except for, like, you know, your typical hipsters. I watch Serie A, so it doesn't shock me that Southgate ain't put him in the squad. I think it's weird to have 33 people. like Aaron Ramsdale is not going. He's not going. Like,
he's not going.
He's not going. So why is he there? Like, honestly,
why give him the hope? Why give him the hope?
We've got 3 warm-up friendlies. What you say? We're going to make a half-time sub, bringing Aaron Ramsdale to see if he makes a difference. Bro, he got relegated. Like, he shouldn't. Like, Aaron Ramsdale should not be there. I'm looking through the squad now. I think Ben White is excellent, but I don't think he should be there. I think Connor Cody's a good captain, but this season he has not been that player. And I think Konza should have gone above him, and I think Tomori should have gone above him as well. Danny Ings, I personally don't have a problem with Danny Ings. I think what he's done with the forwards is he's gone, I want to have like the most like variability with my forwards. So I've got Harry Kane who can do everything. I've got Calvert-Lewin who can do, you know, more of the aerial ability. Then I've got Ollie Watkins who can link up play really well. Danny Ings is a bit of a, I think he's had a bit of a down season. I'm not gonna lie, he hasn't really like made waves like he did last year. And when you look at it, like, Harry Kane is injury prone. Do I really want another backup striker who's also injury prone on top of that? Probably not. So literally, apart from, there are a couple things I would have changed, but I think overall he's got sort of the right 33, but the fact he's chosen 33 in the first place is a bit stupid. Because just some of these players they're just not going to go. He's
Do you know what it is?
right backs.
I think every squad for every tournament ever has a provisional squad because there's backups and players know their backup, right? So there could have been some mileage in saying we've got 26 men that are going, and whoever the people he's going to call, like Ramsdale's an example. I don't think Godfrey will go. I don't think Ben White will go. I actually don't think Trent will go. I still think Trent's going to be dropped, right? I don't. So just the players we don't think are going to go. I think Ollie Watkins won't go. Don't name them in the squad. Just let them know privately you are on the reserve list. So don't go away drinking. Keep your phone close, keep it turned on, because Ollie, if Sancho gets an injury, you're in. Trent, if Trippier gets an injury, you're in. You don't need to announce it. I don't know. Is he bottling it, or is he just trying to I love all my players. It's just such a hard choice for me. I can't.
Either way, that's bottling it. Either scenario is bottling it. You are the manager of a national team. The players know that they might miss out. They already know this. Yeah, they'll be upset, but they already know what will go on. It's not like this is like they're kids who've never been picked for a national team before. Doing the provisional squads normally happen in a normal run-up to a tournament where it's like, okay, we got how many months before this is the provisional squad, and then boom, here's the final squad like a month before the tournament. You've had over a year. You've had over a year to pick this team, to pick this squad. You don't need a provisional. If other countries, like your Germany, like France should have a provisional squad because they've got quality. You know what I'm saying? Them man should have a provisional. Germany should have a provisional squad. If these countries have provisional squads, I'd be like, okay, cool, I get it, and I understand you having one. But you're the only one, and there's no real reason why. Because half the mandem or 7 of the mandem on here ain't going.
Yep.
I know. It's an English farce. You know the British love to be farcical. You know it. They have to be extra. Man. That's what it is. It's a joke.
I don't think it's a player issue here in terms of. I don't think he's got an issue telling the players. I think it's trying to manage and balance. Liverpool fans are going to have a go at me. These fans are going to have a go at me. It's ridiculous. Honestly,
have some chest.
Well, let me ask this question though. Trent Alexander-Arnold, KJ, do you think Southgate will take him or not?
He's doing all of this just to drop him anyway. This is what makes it embarrassing. He's doing all of this just to drop Trent anyway. Just to drop him anyway. You should have just gave him the news that he's not going and we'd be done with it. And now you're giving the boy hope. Now you're giving Liverpool fans hope that Trent might be going just for him not to pick him. It just makes no sense, man.
No, it's disrespectful as well. Like it's disrespectful as well. In relation to that, it really is. I do. How about yourself? I mean, do you think Trent's got a chance, or is Trippier just going to be? Because it's just the noise has been that Trent won't go, and there must be in that noise.
The amount of reports I've seen of just Trent hasn't got a phone call at all. So suddenly just pick 33 people. There's no way in 3 training sessions and 2 friendlies that Southgate's going to be like, I completely missed that about Trent. Didn't see any of that he provides. Like, it's not going to happen. He's just giving people hope for no reason. I don't understand. Like, honestly, you might as well go with your 26. Put your chest out and say, this is my 26 people. You've been blessed that you've been given an extra 3 in the first place because it makes your decision easier. Say, this is my 26 and let those 26 be the best 26 they can, rather than having 33 people. Therefore, there's more competition and they're all fighting each other, trying to get in. And then, for all we know, what happens if Pickford does another, situation, get someone injured?
Someone tell me, has there ever been a 33-man provisional squad? Has there ever been a 33-man provisional squad in tournament football?
No,
because normally the provisional squad is 27 or 28. You've added they've added an extra 5 people. I know it's because you've got like more spots, but still, you should know if you have a 28 provisional man squad, that with 26, all it means is like, oh, I get to just take 3 extra people that I would normally take.
Yeah, it's all.
Like,
And the thing is, if it was like contentious, as in we would know that Southgate likes Trent and he likes Trippier, but he's not sure about which one of those 2 he would take, and there was only 2 or 3 of them, then I'd understand. You look at the midfielders all have a reasonable shout for why they should go. But it's not the same with Ramsdale. It's not the same with the centre-backs and the right-backs. And it's not the same with the forwards. It's very clear who is and who isn't going. So what he's done doesn't make sense.
Danny corrected me. Apparently, it's 26 is the normal for provisional squad. So
Yes.
this is even worse. This is even worse.
It is even worse. It's so embarrassing. It truly is. It truly is embarrassing. We're going to open up the lines now for viewers to come on and have their say with us right now. I'm going to post the link in the comment section. Please get your super chats in as well, ladies and gentlemen. We have one here that's just come in that says the disrespect is real. I wish Gareth would speak on why he has not picked the best and most decorated English right back in the country. I actually understand that as a question. I completely and utterly get why people are thinking and feeling that. A lot of Chelsea fans don't understand why Tomori's not in there in relation to that. Listen, it is. There we go. Listen, first caller on the show. We're going to go to Mohammed, who's a Liverpool fan. What are you saying, mate?
Yeah, I just want to say it's not looking good for Gareth Southgate if he's picking a big squad like this. And obviously, there's going to be a lot of players missing out, and I do have a Trent is going to miss out just because the way it's going with Gareth Southgate at the moment.
Yeah, why though? Why don't you think? Why do you think Gareth Southgate doesn't fancy him though?
I don't know. Just that feeling. I've read all the reports about him. Just it's not looking good.
What do you think it is? What do you think that he doesn't do?
Well, I think it's down to his defensive work. Even though he's okay at it, I think Gareth Southgate thinks there's better players ahead of him defensively, like Trippier.
And is that fair?
Not necessarily, because if you look at his attacking abilities, it outweighs his defensive issues. So, like you don't need to play him as a fullback. You can push him up the field and play him in the wing back, and play in a free.
I hear you on that. Mohammed, listen, thank you for calling in and having your say. Lots more callers to jump through here. Everybody wants to give an opinion. Remember, we're literally the only YouTube channel that's going to give you the chance to phone in and have your say. So stay with us, share the streams, put it through your WhatsApp groups, your Facebook pages, your Twitter feeds. Get everybody right here, right now. Next up on the show, another Liverpool fan. Tom Little's here. What you saying, mate?
Well, I didn't expect it to be as big as it was, 33, man. He's bottled it, hasn't he? He's just bottled it so he can get away with. He's put Trent in there once. He's put Jack Grealish in there once. So if he takes them out in the next one, they were there. They just didn't make the cut. There were secret reasons why. This, that, and the other. No, you've got no bottle, and it shows. Connor Cody should not be touching a squad that wants to challenge for the Euros. In my opinion, he's picked the wrong Aston Villa defender. Should be Ezri Konsa. Fikayo Tomori, God knows where he is. Apparently doing as well as he has done for AC Milan is worth nothing because it's not in the Premier League. That squad could have been so much better, and we just know that a number of the players in there, a number of the exciting players in that 33 are probably going to get cut so he can have his defensive setup so we can be solid for God knows what reason.
Do you know what's crazy about it, right? If when I'm looking at that squad now, if we end up cutting, if Trent doesn't go, if Grealish doesn't go, those two are the big two for me that would stand out as absolute travesties. I mean, Jude Bellingham has to go. in my opinion as well.
How is
We need-
Henderson there? How is Jordan Henderson? I'm sorry, but how is Jordan Henderson there, bro? The man's barely played football. The man's barely played football. It's not like he got injured 2-3 weeks ago and he's back to come back to recovery like Harry Maguire. He hasn't played football for months, and he's in the England squad.
Do you know what's interesting about that, right? I remember when Wayne Rooney was taken when he wasn't fit enough, there was national outrage from certain fans at certain clubs. When Beckham was taken when he injured, there was. But we all have a different stance when it's our football club. Tom, do you think Jordan Henderson should be going?
Not to play, no. I don't want him to go to play. If Gareth Southgate sees him as I need to take him because we've got no other leaders in that squad with the mentality, I completely get you. But I don't want him playing because he's not going to perform well enough. He's got no sharpness. He hasn't. I mean, the last time he played in midfield was like December. He had to play centre back up to the point he got injured. So he shouldn't be playing any football. He should just get pre-season done. If Gareth sees him as I need to take him for the dressing room, go for it. But then you're wasting a pick, aren't you?
No, I agree. I agree completely. We're going to add Ram to the stream here. Another Liverpool fan. What are you saying, Ram?
Yeah, I just saw the England lineup and a bit mad. I don't know why Aaron Ramsdale and them are in there, but it's the 33-man squad, so it's not the finalized squad, but we'll have to wait and see. I think so far I think it's all right. I didn't think there's any outlandish players that aren't in there, but I think it's okay.
Outlandish players that aren't in there, Ram.
That are in there. Sorry, that are in there.
So wait, why are you saying? I'm so confused. So you're saying Ben White deserves to be in there, and Aaron Ramsdale?
But this ain't the final squad. This isn't the final squad. This is just the 33 provisional, isn't it?
Yeah, but you just said there's no outlandish players in the 33 provisional man squad.
Forget that I said that. Forget that I said that.
Genuinely, I actually don't think there's like
except Tomori.
There's not actually too much wrong with it. If he's gonna say I want to pick 33 people, that's fine, innit? But then I only think there are genuinely like two contentious picks where I'd go that player categorically shouldn't be in there. I mean, and one of them's Ramsdale. And realistically, I don't care who that fourth goalkeeper is because he's not going.
Yeah, but you don't.
Yeah,
but why waste the space of a goalkeeper? Why? That's what I'm saying. You know he's not going. You know he's not good enough. If you're gonna have a provisional squad, why waste a goalkeeping spot? You're only gonna take 3 anyway, so just pick the 3 you're gonna take.
Is it so? He's been selected for an England squad just to not go, and no one's ever expected him.
Isn't that specified where you have to pick 4 goalkeepers, or is it just?
No, it's a provisional squad, Ram.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like he's got to cut how many players out of this now? 7, is it?
7.
You've got 7 players. Who's going to be a goalkeeper anyway? So you're cutting 6.
Calvin Phillips might not make it because he's got that shoulder injury that he picked up.
I don't think Henderson's going to go.
I don't want Calvin Phillips in the squad. Personally.
Let's go through this now then. So what we'll start doing is going through this sort of one by one in many ways here. So KJ, both Hendo and Jack have been out.
Yeah, but Jack Grealish just literally played like 2 games. So
Jack Grealish. This is what I was saying the other day. Like Harry Maguire's injured, but he's travelled to. He's playing in this final. He's travelled. He's going to be right. I think it's been played down this whole week, right? That's another player, by the way. That's one of the other names that someone interjected when I was talking. Sancho and Grealish are two of the biggest names that are being linked with not going. I mean this sincerely. If Jack Grealish and or Sancho don't go, I'm turning my back on this England team under Gareth Southgate, because that for me just tells me we're not trying to win this tournament by playing good football. It tells me we're trying. I understand managers in any capacity of football playing pragmatically when you don't have. I understand Scotland playing pragmatically. I understand smaller nations or nations with a lack of creativity playing pragmatically. We have got Jadon Sancho, right? We have got Raheem Sterling, we have got Rashford, we have got Grealish, we have got Foden. We have got highly creative, quality football players. They're not all in form. Saka, Kane. If we're not going into this tournament and we're not trying to beat teams, I'm going to be embarrassed. And if we leave some of these players at home, Trent, from a creative point of view, is one of the most creative football players in the world. Southgate, I'm actually getting more angry now I'm looking at it because I get a feeling he's going to take the safe bets. If he takes Lingard over a Jadon Sancho, but starts playing Lingard in one of those front three roles, I'm done with him. I'm sorry to say it. I'll just be over him. Kamal here says AWB has more goal contributions than James and Walker combined in the Premier League. This is true. Why Watkins over Ings? Is he injured or something? I don't have any inclination as to why he's done that. Free Tomori, boss the league. Not
that. I'm a bit.
Literally, we're all struggling to see who the best partner would be for Maguire in this England setup. Yeah, we've got one just out there doing a fashion week in Milan. He's there. Tomori would be the best pick, the best person to take to the Euros to partner with Harry Maguire, and he's just not going to pick him because what? Oh, I don't watch Serie A. Oh, what's Italian football? This is our England manager. You know what other managers have to do? Other managers look at so many different nations because a load of other players play all over the place. All Southgate has to do is look at England, look at Germany, and look at Italy. 3 countries at 3. He has 3 countries to look at, and he can't even do that.
He doesn't even have to look at Italy. He just has to look at Milan. Because he's the only player for England in Italy who's actually doing well enough. No, but who's doing well enough to warrant being in the squad? Like Chris Smalling plays, but Chris Smalling ain't coming back to the squad. He's not, regardless of what he does.
Yeah. I'd love to hear that. What's his name? The Milan fan. Is it Gio?
Gio.
Yeah, because he's been raving about how good this guy is, and he watches Milan more than we do. So it's a little bit of a.
It's not hard. Oh yeah, in Spain, but he's already picked Trippier, so that's 4 countries he's got to look at.
And and that's his job, though. Like I struggle to watch European football because my job now is to watch Premier League football, the top 6 teams plus 1, and report on their games and try to keep up to date as best I can with their stories. And I miss things because I can't watch them all. And it isn't like his job is just to watch England's best players. He gets paid. What is it, 8, 9, 10 million pound a year to watch football? He's like a glorified fan, right? He gets to go around the world in private jets, in brilliant hotels, watching football. And even if he doesn't want to travel, I'm sure he can afford the subscription fees to watch AC Milan pay. There's Y-Scout that I use that you can just sit there. He could sit there on a Sunday afternoon and just watch all the clips around him and the statistics. It's just bullshit. What I want to understand, I want him to have a backbone as well. I want him to come out and say why AWB, why Tomori are not being involved. And if he dare, I'm telling you, I'll say it again, if he dare drops Grealish or Sancho, they are 2 of the best. I'm saying this now with chest. I'm actually going to highlight myself in big here. Jadon Sancho and Jack Grealish are 2 of the best creative football players in the world. Bar none. They can mix it with every single top creator on planet Earth. There isn't a creator on planet Earth currently playing football who is miles better than them. People say KDB. KDB, you could argue, is better than them both, but he isn't miles better than them. There isn't an inside forward in European football that's as creative as Jadon Sancho over the last 3 years. Facts. Grealish has been, in terms of key passes and chances created per game, has been outdoing KDB for the last 2 years at Villa. And I know they're in this provisional squad, so maybe I shouldn't be angry. But I've got this horrible feeling in my stomach that maybe both of them are going to miss out. And if they do, Southgate, I'm going to come burn your waistcoat, bruv. I'm going to burn it. Prick.
It just makes no sense.
Doesn't make sense.
The question is, what 7 is going to be dropped out of
Ramsdale's got to go. Ramsdale for me has to go.
So that's 1. Jesse Lingard, I don't believe deserves to go. He's had a great
No.
form, but compared to the other players he's got in the positions that he can play, they're better players than him. You know what I mean? Like there are. So I don't think he should go. Ben White ain't going, and Ben Godfrey, who actually wouldn't mind being next to Maguire.
Yeah.
I'd rather him.
I
I
genuinely would rather have Ben Godfrey than Connor Cody in this squad. Genuinely.
Yeah, but
I
Connor
know
Cody shows
I know
passion,
he's
so
gonna-
Connor Cody gets in.
He's going to pick Connor Cody because Carragher loves him. That's literally the only reason.
Like, and you know what? Yeah, I think I think Trent should go, but not as a right back.
Centre mid.
Was a utility
I
player.
think he should be one of the midfielders. He
Obviously,
should be
we're
one of the
gonna lose Hendo,
midfielders.
aren't we?
If we're gonna play,
Hendo.
if we're gonna play 4-3-3, I'd rather Trent play on the right hand side of that three as a box to box, whipping in those crosses, tracking back. Then who?
Yeah,
Then-
but we ain't playing
then Phillips.
4-3-3. We're not playing
Then Phillips,
4-3-3.
bruv.
We ain't
We're
playing.
playing,
like-
we're playing 5-3-2 with a back five. We're playing Jordan Henderson.
No, it's not.
And
It's not.
Declan Rice, and up front we're having Ollie Watkins.
He's not playing through the back. He's not playing.
No,
he's not playing
I
through the
think
back.
he will. He will.
No, the reason why he's not playing through the back.
You might go
The
against
reason why he's
it
not
and
playing
then
through the back.
go back.
Look at all the games since the World Cup. When was the last time England played through at the back?
That's when we've only been
Denmark or
playing through
something.
That's what we've been playing.
No.
Do you know what I think? Sorry, what I think. I don't think any of our centre backs are actually good enough to play in a two.
There is that, though. There is that.
I do think there's an opportunity for that. But if you are playing with fullbacks, then why the hell wouldn't Trent be there? In my view, we're going to go to some more calls now. I want to speak. I want to speak a little bit about Mason Greenwood in a moment as well. Before we do that, this is a joke. Why he can't choose Ben White? So why he chose Ben White and he's not choosing Tomori? There are players are not good. I hear what you're saying there, football star. I really do. Jeremiah's with us now. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, like look, when I'm looking at Twitter and I'm looking at the terrorist, I'm like, why are people so angry of Gareth Southgate's squad? Like personally, when I was making my prediction squad, like the name that he picked was very similar to ones I picked. Like the some of the picks that actually deserve to be there. Like for example, Trippier deserved to be there because he obviously won the league with Atletico. Trent doesn't deserve to be there because this season he's actually been dog shit and it's only come to form. And plus, I'm glad for Wan-Bissaka. Obviously it was good season, but the two right back. So I'm gonna let Southgate off of that. But people that Terry's saying about Sancho and Grealish, yeah, Southgate is not stupid like that. Southgate will pick Grealish and Sancho together. He will pick him. But the ones that I hear, listen, he will pick them both. He will. But no, the squad that the players that Southgate's gonna drop. I know he will pick like Ramsdale obviously not going. Who else? Godfrey's not going. Ben White's not going. Alexander-Arnold's not going. Who else not going? The midfield is fine. Who else not going? Saka ain't going because obviously Sancho, Rashford and Sterling. And also Ollie Watkins ain't going. So I personally the squad is good, actually good, but Henderson has to go, in my opinion, because we need captain in the midfield. We need a captain. Like the midfield in the Spain, Mount's gonna start. It's quite obvious. And Rice,
You would take-
Henderson
wait,
has
not gonna play
to
though.
Guys,
go.
one at a time, please. One at a time.
Wait, so you would take Henderson even though he hasn't played football for months?
Yeah, I'm still
4
taking.
months.
We need captain material in that midfield. Who is it that actually more experience?
You know what I would say, mate? Do you know what I say
It's
about
too
Henderson
weird.
going? What I would say about Henderson going is this: England have got a horrible history of taking leaders and star players to World Cups and Euros when they haven't played for the last 3 or 4 months of a season, and it's never ended well. The other players, so Grealish just was out, but he made 3 or 4 sub appearances and started the final game of the season, so there's fitness there. Harry Maguire, he's been injured. He's missed the last couple of games. He's now about to return. His fitness levels from match levels, fitness isn't going to have dropped. Henderson, I don't care how good a leader he is. I don't care how good or bad a player people think he is. The fact that he hasn't kicked a ball for 2 or 3 months, he simply cannot. If he goes again, it will be another huge mistake from Southgate picking on sentiment. We've got a bad history of that. Listen, Jill, thanks for coming on, mate. I want to go to some more callers. Top man for having your say. Thank you. Next up, we're going to bring in Onzo's here with us. What are you saying, Onzo?
What are you saying? Firstly, I'm just happy you mentioned that point about Henderson because I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, lead the material this, lead the material that." The guy hasn't played for 3 months, fam. So obviously he's going to be rusty. Like it's just common sense. So that's one. Two, I'm absolutely pissed off that he didn't add Aaron Wan-Bissaka because you see when footballers start talking about like who's the best player you played with, who's the hardest player you played with, most of them have said Aaron Wan-Bissaka, fam. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is one-on-one, the best defender one-on-one, when it's one-on-one. You have the creative players up top, and probably if there's gonna be like 2 8s or something, why the hell do you need another attacking player on the right wing? If you're gonna play Mbappe, or if Mbappe's playing, I'm 100% everyone in this chat is going to say I want Wan-Bissaka to play. Fair enough, Wan-Bissaka might not play against all the teams. Then you could say I could like throw in Reece James or Trent, but to not even mention Aaron Wan-Bissaka's name. Gee, I just heard that Wan-Bissaka goes to Congo and does bits for his country, man. Because Southgate, he doesn't know football, man. Because England beat like little teams like Colombia and Tunisia and them teams that everyone thinks he's the god of like football, that he has the power to do everything. This guy's a waste, man.
Listen, Onzo, thank you for coming on and having your say there, mate. Thank you very, very much indeed. You know what? It's really upsetting. I understand, some people have dual nationality and, it's, fair play to them. I've got no issues and concerns with that element. What's frustrating is we have a player like AWB that Southgate could damage a future manager's prospects of using him. And that's what's ridiculous about. I'm not just saying give him a cap to stop him from being able to play for anybody else. I'm because I think he's good enough to. But AWB's improvement as an overall footballer in the last couple of years has been amazing. I think AWB is going to improve even more over the next 2 or 3 years. He's got some flaws, there's no doubt, like all young defenders. But we're allowing him. If he doesn't want to play for England, then I respect that because he's got dual nationality and he's allowed to pick and play for wherever he wants to play, wherever he's eligible to play in the world. But I get the sense of feeling that he wanted to play for England and Southgate's aired him off. There's been opportunities in friendlies and some competitive games where he could have been in the squad. He could have got appearances. Let's keep him as an England player because I am selfish here. I want him to be an England player and not play for the Congo because I think he's going. I think we're going to regret it. I think in 3 or 4 years' time we might be looking at one of the most complete fullbacks in world football, and we're going to be saying what And I know Trippier's had a good year, but it'll be Walker's had a good year, but they're at the back end of their career now. And I'm not saying AWB should necessarily go for that reason, but we should have included him in squads. He should be in this provisional, give him some appearances so that he's an England player for the future, because I think it's going to be a decision that we really regret as a nation.
It don't make sense because you'd think he'd be the perfect Southgate right back. Southgate likes his defender, his right backs, his left backs to defend. You're not going to get much better than Wan-Bissaka. I just can't figure out for the life of me why he's so against him.
There's a comment here, though, that this makes a lot of sense. There's a comment here that says the reason that Southgate doesn't bring AWB is because he doesn't want to give Raheem Sterling nightmares. That could be true.
This really and truly should be Trippier and Kyle Walker's last tournament with England. Really and truly. If you're planning for the future, if you're going to move forward, this is the time where you're like, all right, thank you for your service. This will be your last one. Give you all. And we'll start transitioning to James, to Trent, to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That's what should be happening. But Trent's going to hold on to Walker. He's going to hold on to Trippier.
Well, a lot of people are saying like Reece James is far better, and that isn't the point. Even if after what I said, even if Reece James is better, that isn't the point I'm making. You're still giving up the opportunity on someone who's going to choose to play for another country, and we could have circumvented that from happening. A few people saying all he's got is a recovery tackle. Well, if you listen to AWB talk, this is where I love this isn't I suppose it is ignorance because people haven't either seen it or researched it. AWB often lets people beat him so he can make the tackles that way. He's openly said it. He goes, yeah, let him get a bit past me so I can make the tackle. It's what he does. It's his style, isn't it? It's the way he does things. It isn't, he's always getting beaten. It's, I'll give you half an inch so you think you're away. Because basically the concept is, as they think they're away, they leave themselves exposed to be tackled. When they think I'm going to tackle, they shape their body so it's harder to win the ball. It's actually clever. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like throwing a feint. in boxing, someone goes to block it, but they leave the right side of their face open, then you smack them on the other side. It's basically a feint what he does. Let's do some more calls here. Omar's with us now. Omar C is here. What are you saying, Omar?
Hi, Terry. How are you?
I'm very well. What are you saying?
Man, I think Southgate's bottled it yet again. Why is he taking 33 players? Like, he's got to trim the squad down as it is. So why don't you just pick your 26 players? He should know by now, the players he wants to take. So it's ridiculous. And I mean, did you say earlier on that Trent wasn't going to be going, and now he's picked him?
Well, Trent it's been tipped by pretty much every journalist, every England journalist out there that he isn't going to be in the 26-man squad. That's been fairly well documented. He's in the provisional squad. There's also rumours, continuous rumours, that Grealish, Sancho, at least one of them, maybe both, will not make this squad. No one can really understand why all three of these players are being omitted. They're in the provisional squad. But when you just get that horrible feeling in your belly that you may just see them, all three of them, not go. I mean, if he doesn't take all three of them, we ain't doing nothing good. With all three of those players, with Trent, Grealish, and Sancho in your squad and in your team, we could win this tournament.
Yeah.
We could win this with those players.
For me, England's strengths are the attacking players. I think we've got world-class players on the attacking side of the team. But defensively, now with Maguire 50-50, I mean, Stones, I'm still not sure about. He's playing with Diaz, so he's probably made him look better. We're going to go three at the back, so, that's going to... You got Cody, I'm not sure about. He's picked Ben White, I've got no clue about him. And so the defence is looking suspect. Then you've got midfield, like Henderson hasn't played since, 3 months. For me, Phillips isn't great. Rice is good. I hope he takes Bellingham, but will he take him? I think he won't. So then then if he plays Mount there, at least that's a bit of creativity in the midfield. Then you've got Foden, Grealish, Kane, Sancho. These are your match winners. He has to take them. He has to.
Yeah, mate, no doubt. Omar, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. Top man. Next on the show, Neeks is here with us. What you saying, Neeks?
Yeah. I just see the England squad. My phone was off. Obviously, yeah, Gareth Southgate bottled it, innit, by even picking a bloody 33-man squad. They already gave you 3 extra spaces. They said, all right, 23 is not enough. We give you 26. My man said, no, I need 10 more. Give me 33. And of course, we know he has to cut it down. I don't know the purpose of it. Like, you've had a season and a bit because the Euro was supposed to be last year. And you still can't decide what players that you need to take to this Euros. It doesn't bode well. It doesn't. It's not the death bell of England's Euros. But if the manager's already having doubts about who should be, who shouldn't be, it doesn't really bode well. Does he know his best 11? Does he even know what formation he wants to go with? I think there's a lot of questions to be asked. Is he including people to, I don't know, to appease, in the sense of we didn't think Trent was going to go. He brings him in the 33. People kind of quiet down, but he drops him in the end. But because he brought him in the 33, people know that he's in his thoughts. I think it's a weak move from Gareth Southgate. It doesn't make no sense to me.
That's what scares me.
There's going to be 7 people that has to drop out between now. So I'm literally just going through it. I think Ramsdale's gone, 100%. Watkins, he's not going to be there. If it was me personally, I wouldn't take Saka. I wouldn't take Ward-Prowse. One of the right backs have to go. Now, between me, you, and the people in the chat, everyone's gonna have different ones. If it was me personally, I wouldn't take Reece James, but I think he's gonna take Reece James. He likes him, but that'll be 5. I don't rate Connor Cody. For me, he has to go. That's 6, and it's probably between Ben White and Godfrey for the last position. I don't think it didn't make any sense bringing 33. At least 4 or 5 of them have no chance of making the final squad. What's the point? What's the point?
Yeah. So I saw you in the comments, Nick, saying if he's fit, you take Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, but I think that's the only, like, if we're talking about injury risk or anything like that, 1 out of 26, I don't think it's a big issue. 1 out of 26.
Yeah, but it's not, for me, it's not even about like necessarily him being injured as in like he can't play at all. It's the rustiness. Like, he's not match sharp, and he won't be match sharp when he gets to, if he goes to the Euros, he won't be match sharp. So do we want a player who's coming off an injury and then also trying to get match fitness and match sharpness when you've got players who are ready to go, who've played most of the season?
I'm gonna be honest with you, KJ. If you need your 26th player to win the Euros, you ain't winning the Euros. So if you bring Henderson, or you're saying, all right, let's take Henderson out and bring in, I don't know, Ward-Prowse, and that's gonna be your deciding factor, you ain't got no chance. I think Henderson's intangibles in terms of even if he doesn't play a game, but he's in that squad as a motivator in the dressing room, I think he adds more than bringing Bukayo Saka, for example.
No. If you want him in the dressing room, make him a temporary coach.
No, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? If you want him for the dressing room, make him a coach. Make him a mascot or something. I get what you're saying. It's about that if you need 26th man to win a tournament, then you shouldn't be able to win it. But for me, it's like, if I'm gonna have 26 man, every 26 man should be able to play. Should be able to play.
Sorry, can I ask a question? How many warm-up games they got before the tournament?
Two, I think.
If he has no chance of playing those 2 warm-up games, I fully hear your point. If he has a chance of playing them, even though he hasn't played for the last 2 months, I'd rather him than you bring in Ben Godfrey for in case you play 5 at the back and in case you need your 6th choice centre back because of injury. I think 26 is already a lot. It's already a lot, but I hear you saying.
Yeah, one player I want to speak about on this, Mason Greenwood. I want to go to all you individually on this. David, should Mason Greenwood go to the Euros?
No, I don't think he should. I think Ollie Watkins is a better option right now. Like, literally, I'm talking about just this Euros. I think Ollie Watkins is a better choice for the striker role than Mason Greenwood, personally.
How about yourself, Ram?
From an England perspective, yes. He is our most talented finisher, barring Harry Kane. Simple as that.
I think that's a fair point. I suppose the question I would pose it, when you look at those attackers there, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we know he's going to go, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Harry Kane, Watkins, they're central strikers. Everybody else on that list plays wide, really. Rashford can go through the middle as well, to be fair. But Rashford and Greenwood, I think that's their advantage over all the other players, is they can play inside forward, but they can also play as strikers as well if needed. It's such a hard one to cut down, though. Phil Foden's great and has to go because he's brilliant, but also he can play midfield. So I think when I look at this team and when I think about cutting it down, I know there's a 26-man squad, so it helps you, but it's just who can play more than one position to a high level. That's the most important.
You know what I would say? That Greenwood for me goes for the same reason Trent goes. I wouldn't start either of them, but they offer something off the bench that no one else in the squad can. And I think when you're going to win a game, you need a bit of an X factor, it's just something different. And I think Greenwood can do, including Kane, in terms of what his skill set, I think it's different to anyone else in the squad. And it's the same with Trent. So you can say Reece James, Walker, and Trippier are better right backs. But if you need to win a game, you're not bringing on Reece James, Trippier, or Walker. You're bringing on Trent because he can put that ball in there. If you need to get a goal, I would bring on a Greenwood before I bring on a Watkins because of how clinical he can be with both feet. It's those. I think when you're looking at that squad, you need something different off the bench rather than just the same old.
That's what it is in the international tournaments, isn't it? Like, this isn't like the Premier League where you're going to get multiple chances a game. If you're coming off the bench at Euros, at most you're going to get one chance a game. In the 10, 15 minutes you're going to get. I wouldn't trust Calvert-Lewin or Ollie Watkins to finish that one chance. I would trust Greenwood. That's why I'd take him.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm the complete opposite. I just don't think it's good for his development as a player to go right now. We've seen him go through already in the summer with how England treat him when he's been on international tournaments. If he goes, there's just going to be needless pressure on him. I know you've got the stars around him, but as soon as he comes on, everyone will be like, Greenwood is now the guy. Greenwood's now the savior. And if things don't go right, we already know what the media are going to be like. We already know what they're going to be like towards him because they've already shown their cards already. For me, this is, you could call me selfish, cool.
Yeah, it's
but
very selfish.
But as a man looking at a young player whose development for me is very important. This is not the tournament. You don't need to go. You don't need to go to the Euros.
I completely hear you. I think what's interesting about it is there was an England squad not long ago where there was no Man United player in it due to injury. And it's the first time an England squad's been announced, but I felt relaxed as a Man United fan. I was like, nothing can happen in this next 2-week period where a single Man United person is blamed. So there was a part of me that was happy. At the same time, I used to love it when we'd have the most amount of players in the squad because it's like my team, like the majority from Man United. I totally get where you're coming from. If he gets hung out to dry, throwing him into press conferences, mad stuff like that, they shouldn't be doing. But Greenwood is one of the most talented young footballers in the world. He will be desperate to be at this tournament because we've seen so many stars, both nationally for England and internationally in the history of football, from Pele to Wayne Rooney to Mbappe, multiple others, if we were to sit there and go through them, who at 18, 19 have lit up these kind of tournaments. And I would love to see, as a Man United fan, I'm being selfish, I would love to see my young man go there and do it, because I think he has the ability to go there and do it. Almost Michael Owen-esque, going to the tournament where he isn't considered to be someone who's going to start the games. Because Michael Owen wasn't in 1998. All of you, barring Neeks, are too young, or maybe weren't even born in 1998 at the World Cup, where he didn't start against the first game against Tunisia. He came on and got an equaliser game. We went on to lose against Romania. Romania used to be a very good football team. I don't think people realize that in the 90s they were a bloody good team. And then of course he played in I don't know if he started against Colombia in the final group game. That was Beckham's game where he scored the free kick. But Owen grew in that tournament. And whether it's Phil Foden, whether it's Mason Greenwood, these are two players that have the ability to go to this tournament on the outside. But
and
come
Jude,
on,
and Jude,
and Jude, but also, so I was about to say, KJ, on that theme. What I'm so excited about when it comes to this tournament, although we're moaning about the squad, when I look at it now, I don't know the last time, in terms of technical ability and creativity, we had players of the ilk of Sancho, Greenwood, Rashford, Grealish, Jude Bellingham, Foden, hungry, young, up-and-coming players. Not yet, none of them really unleashed on an international level yet. Rashford, of course, was involved in the last couple of tournaments, but didn't really play, if that makes. He went to the Euros 4 years ago after his breakthrough season, or 5 years ago now, and didn't really play. He went to the World Cup and wasn't really utilized. I'm so excited about seeing those youngsters. Maybe Saka goes along. Who knows what happens in the next few weeks. Boys, who's your standout? Who do you think is going to potentially have a standout tournament as a youngster for England and really break onto the international scene?
Phil Foden.
Phil
Foden, definitely.
And you know what I say, Foden? Foden should be starting for England. All the other youngsters we talk about, probably not going to be starting, and I probably don't think they deserve to. Or on the line of KJ, you probably don't want to put that pressure on them. Foden's going to be starting the Champions League final in less than a week. He can start in the Euros against Scotland and then man there. So Foden, he's like,
I think it'll be Greenwood. I do think it'll be Greenwood. I think what happened at the start of the season with the media and all that, I think that's just going to serve as further motivation. He's going to go into that tournament with a bit extra. I'm really going to show these lot. I'm going to show them off. I'm going to prove them the fuck wrong. And I reckon we'll struggle. I think we will struggle at the start. And I think he'll come on and bail us out in a game, and he'll just grow from that.
You know what? Yeah, if you told me Mason Greenwood goes, but he gets maximum protection from the management, from the coaches, he gets put in the right hotel rooms with the right players. I'm cool.
It's him and Foden, baby. It's him and Foden.
Listen, no more sneaking out them into the dressing room.
But you know what? The girl thing ain't the problem. It was just doing it during COVID times. I know that. Listen, I went on international tour. I'm not at the level that England play at with the media scrutiny, but I went to hundreds of international tournaments as a kid, and I'm telling you, I went as an 18, 19-year-old. I remember being in Canada at 19 years of age, Niagara Falls World Championships, and just having a great tournament but having a great time. And there's nothing. These are young men.
Listen, I'm not saying they
your
were wrong.
fun, boys.
I'm not saying they were wrong for doing it. All right, listen. I'm not saying they were wrong for doing it. I'm saying that at the time they needed guidance and they didn't get it from the England management.
Greenwood should be sharing a room with Harry Maguire, of someone like that. Like he's club captain, someone that's older. I bet,
or even Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford would be the perfect guy to be.
Do you know Rashford? He's a lovely bloke. He's a sensible man. Sensible, boring, one of the two. Like he ain't. Do you know what I mean? He isn't like the kind of person.
But saying that, he just broke up with his girl, and he might just be ready to, like, you know what? Let me just get some. You know what I'm saying?
They broke up because like the food thing, innit? Like she was like, "No, we're not feeding her. He's been giving it to the kids." She's like, "I don't get to eat in this house anymore. There's no food left." He gives my family.
Again, that's why they broke up.
Personally, for me. I said I wouldn't take Greenwood because I think Watkins would be better for England just for this tournament. Next tournament, 100% bring Greenwood, but for me, Watkins.
Why would you be? Is it a mentality thing or skill set? Because if you're going off skill set, he's better than Watkins because he can also link up play and he can score with both feet.
For me, I think Greenwood right now is a pure finisher. I don't think he's a better link-up player than Watkins. I think Watkins is really he's dramatically underrated, but that's because I've been watching Watkins a lot longer than most people.
Okay, David, let me ask you. At any point in any game situation, do you bring on Watkins before Dominic Calvert-Lewin?
Probably not, but I wouldn't. But at the same time, for me, that's us looking at it. For me, Southgate will always bring on Calvert-Lewin before he even brings on Greenwood anyway.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
My point is that Greenwood will only go as a fifth choice winger or a third or fourth choice striker.
But isn't that important?
You need to go in the last. I don't know how many subs they're doing in this year.
I think they might be doing 5.
Everyone called Mason. All of them.
I love it. Listen, everyone that's tuned in to us this afternoon, thank you. We're back at 5 p.m. Big, interesting news this afternoon, by the way. I've just had it confirmed to me that Tottenham are in talks with Roberto Martinez about taking over as manager of Tottenham Football Club. We spoke about it last Monday with Sasha, and he said wasn't sure if it was true. The news is trending now. Just sent the message, just heard back. This is true. This is true. Liverpool Spurs fans, you may have Martinez next year. And did you boys notice something else as well, by the way? I did my truth video about the Spurs wanting nigh on £200 million for a man like Kane. Suddenly today, the Independent are reporting the exact same news, as if by, oh my God, they either watch my channel or that news is coming out there now. Start to listen. The terrace is going places. And you boys, stay backstage when we end this stream because I had a very good meeting today. I want to give you a little bit of an update. Viewers, you need to get their memberships up. We've got some big things coming very, very soon. Until 5 p.m., everyone, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you